So I can go for a lot of different things here, but I think what I'm going to go for is enhanced studies. Bolster the number of researchers working to study those who stand against the Inquisition. Grants additional 50% experience for each foe studied, including those already completed, so it's applied retroactively. And I've been doing a lot of research for enemies, so this seems like a worthwhile endeavor. We'll see how that plays out. It's funny, when I go to some of those tabs, they're just completely full, like there's nothing left. Did I leave anything over here? Nope, I think we wrapped up whatever I was doing there. So, I'm back at the war table, because while we do have all sorts of stuff just around in general, we have multiple things springing up around the fact that we just did, we've been busy, I suppose, in Pris de Leon. I don't know why my brain's melting here, so let's look into some of this stuff. First of all, though, just to follow up on the resources thing, just to get the exclamation point off the map. Oh right, these exclamation points means that I've already done these, so let's follow up with this. Colon was sent for the Imperial Army offer. Commander, a fine victory. May our enemies feel its sting. Chevalier du Set. Alright, a little bit of influence. No big deal. Then we sent Josephine off to handle the Navaran conflict with Tevinter. Inquisitor. Through the efforts of hundreds of negotiators, allies, and a few personal connections, Navarra and Tevinter have grudgingly issued orders for their soldiers to return to their respective cities. The contested land has been split down the middle. We have averted a war today. I will add nothing more, for there is no higher reward to ask for. Influence 120. Proudly, Ambassador Montliet. That's a lot of influence, by the way. Granted, you need a lot to level up this late in the game anyway. And those seem to have wrapped themselves up, because no new... Investigate the strange chalk markings. There's an available quest up here that's just sort of floating out there. I'm kind of afraid to leave it, because it might be forgotten. I wonder if it was overlapped by another thing that I didn't see. Let's maybe follow up on that. Excerpts from Rector's reports. Do you know the sign? A triangle. Point down. 2 wavy lines through it. A lookout spotted in chalk on a ruined wall close to one of our outposts. A cursory inquiry into the symbol has revealed nothing. Archivists are still looking. Argent thinks she saw the symbol, or something very like it, scrawled in a ledger that belonged to Comte de Bayard. A sweep was done, as you ordered. Almost every outpost of ours has been marked in this manner. Many believe we are being watched. To what end, we do not know. It's possible people are being targeted for strikes, or information's being given out about weaknesses. So we'll see what goes on here. Liliana. What about a decoy outpost? Set up near a trade route and watch carefully. If someone decides to take out the piece of chalk, we'll have them. Josephine. I could follow up on Argent's lead. The Comte de Bayard is a reclusive and has remained steadfastly neutral in all matters, but I'm certain I can find a way to gain her cooperation. So do we want to go up in the fact that just markings have been seen in a notebook somewhere, or the fact that Liliana wants to just set a trap and catch the person doing it? Neither of them are foolproof, because it's entirely possible no one will mark the particular outpost, because they didn't say that they've all been marked. And also, this entry in the note, just because it's in a book somewhere doesn't mean it could necessarily be relevant to why it's being used, but I'm going to go with the book for now. We'll send Josephine in this time and see how that goes. What do we have back here? So, we have a number of things showing up here. Restore Judicial's Crossing. We're definitely going to do that right away, because that's going to open up a bridge. Ambassador Montliet, we, the members of the Elysian Society for the Protection of Historic Architecture, would like to draw your attention to the deplorable state of Judicial's Crossing. The bridge was constructed in 856 Blessed as part of the festivities surrounding the first anniversary of the coronation of Emperor Judicial I, and for nearly an age it has been considered the greatest triumph of Orlesian engineering. Now it lies in ruins, shattered by monstrous rebels of the Templar Order. You cannot allow this grave injustice to stand, Ambassador. The Crown is too involved in its civil war to properly care for our historic landmarks, but the Inquisition will surely come to the aid of the people. With hope, Duchess Nicole de Valmontaigne in another hand, at the bottom of the letter. Colon. We can handle this. Can we handle this, please? I'm receiving 19 of these letters a day. Josephine. It's weird seeing so many messages about the Civil War. It feels like some of this game was structured in a way where they planned on you handling the whole Civil War conclusion where you meet Morgan and everything, it feels like you were supposed to go through some of these zones before ever doing that. And it's really strange that they still keep talking about the Civil War like it's ongoing. And from my perspective, I'm like, didn't I do that like 40, maybe even 50 episodes ago? Like, that was so long ago, it's actually kind of baffling to me. Forces. We can deploy our corps of engineers to begin repairs at once. Alright, go for it. Am I going to teleport right in there from clicking on that? Alright, restore to Death Shields Crossing. Commander, repairs to the damaged bridge at Death Shields Crossing are complete, although we ran into some complications. The workers were spooked by sightings of dragons flying around the site, so we brought in Tamar for extra security. She did a good enough job, but next time I think we'll call in anybody else. That woman doesn't just frighten dragons, if you know what I mean. Captain Mathis. Do I want to venture forth? No, not right now. But it's been completed, so that's good. I'll get to the bridge later because there's a camp right there, and I can just teleport straight to it. But I want to send people on 2 more missions first. I can deal with a Lord Basil Maran. Resources, that doesn't matter. Golden Opportunity can only be handled by Josephine apparently, so we have to wait for that. Gather coin. Is that the new quest? Gather coin available. We'll just go ahead and... I'll read the context of it, I guess. With Soledad Keep now occupied, the Inquisition now has the access to busy textile trade in the Dales. The trade that includes the ship traffic along the Waking Sea, and the master weavers of Halam Shiral and Verkiel. Inquisition's forces can be directed to acquire resources used to craft robes and other types of clothing. Trade in the Empire is currently erratic, so access to resources will vary greatly from week to week. Black market sources also exist, but the riskier an attempt to find the resources is, the greater the chance of turning up nothing at all. I'm going to go ahead and pass on that because it's just a repeatable quest, but figured I might go into some of the context of it. Gather leather. There is a great deal of wildlife in the thick forest of the Emerald Graves, as well as the Arbor Wilds farther south. This wildlife is hunted and turned into leather of amazing variety, and Soledad Keep allows the Inquisition access to these resources. The black market operating in the Dales might provide much rarer types of leather, but the riskier an attempt to find such resources is, the greater the chance of turning up with nothing at all. That's like the same sentence again. Alright, so there's less stuff to deal with than I thought. I've sent Josephine to do something else, so she can't do this Golden Opportunity quest, so our only option here is deal with Lord Basil Moran. Dearest Josephine, it's always really promising when we start off talking about Josephine in the context. Do you recall the last letter I sent about the new volunteers who have reported to Soledad Keep to help with our efforts? Lady Duchette, daughter of Lord Basil Moran, was one of them. We were unaware of her real identity because she came to us disguised as a villager. Unfortunately, Lord Basil has just now discovered the whereabouts of his missing daughter and has accused the Inquisition of kidnapping her. Lord Basil's colorful slander of the Inquisition has cast a shadow on our relations with wealthy Southern Orlesian society. Complicating matters, Lady Duchette refuses to return to her father and the gilded cage of a gentlewoman. I can't very well tie her up and deliver her to the Lord in a barrel, can I? Sincerely, Edward. Josephine's approach? Lady Duchette should follow her heart. Lord Basil is a minor noble, and his favor is not worth courting. I can trick him into social ruin, and once he is torn down, he may rant, but no one will listen. Cullen. Why can't we? We don't have to literally put her in a barrel, but let Lady Duchette know in no uncertain terms that she is no longer welcome in the Inquisition. I'm not going to just force someone to... It's their own life. I don't care. It's their life decisions. They can just do what they want. So I'm going to go with the Josephine option, which is complicating because I already sent her on another mission, and she's also required for this exclusive mission. Huh. Alright, well, we're going to be coming back to this war table soon. I'm going to go visit the store, because I think I have to sell some items and turn in some research stuff, and then we'll head back into the, Priest du Leon, so that we can deal with a handful of, ooh, I just leveled up because of the, I got enough experience just now. Ooh, and a nice chunk of influence past level 15, too, that's a good bonus. So we just got so much experience from that bonus that I just purchased that Vasti is leveled up to level 22, not 52. So we can proceed in that manner too. Arbor Blessing, alright. Just more and more things showing up in my inventory. So, we're going to head back into town. I'm going to probably cross that bridge. I could do more side quests in the area, and I will, but I think I want to cross the bridge just because I want to check out any dragons that might be in the area. 2,000 more experience, just like that, from handing in some red lyrium. Anything else, or just the red lyrium? 750 influence. Yeah, that bonus is no joke. Alright, let's check out what I can buy. Not the quest map, sorry. I have a new talent point to spend. Probably go for a passive. Stamina restoration is not a bad approach. Shield wall, don't really use that. Bonus damage to payback strike, that could be a good thing to go for. Yeah, most of the other stuff is stuff I'd have to buy from scratch. I could also make my wall of people bigger, but it doesn't always really come into play. Fuck it. I like this ability. Let's make it bigger. Just for funsies. Alright, I'm gonna go visit the... well, okay, never mind. Looks like I had more things to hand in than I thought. But I'm gonna go hand some stuff in, and we'll figure out where to go from there. We got some Codex entries from me handing stuff in. Red Templar Foot Soldier. Do you remember when I was tracking some mages hiding in the mountains? I found those Red Templar heretics attacking them. The Templars turned on me as well. The soldiers looked like normal men and women, but they rained down blows so hard it numbed my arm through my shield. It took me 3 minutes to kill just one, and he only stopped when I cut off his head. That's when I saw their leader, a huge, misshapen knight. He made a gesture, and a streak of light streamed from him into one of the soldiers. Red lyrium burst through the soldier's back. He changed into some kind of thing that made the mages all sick. I still don't know how we survived. These mages are children and frightened scholars hiding from the war after their circles fell. Still, if one of them wasn't a healer, I'd have lost my sword arm. Letter from a Templar knight who left the order to her husband. We also over here have another document. Red Templar guardsman. Jers. Or Jers, maybe. When I saw the Templars marching up the road, my heart was glad. I asked if they'd come to stop the rebel mages who burned down the farms, but one growled it was none of their business. That was when I noticed his eyes were red. Not like he was not like he had a long night at the inn, but really, truly red. Vernia announced these were the band's lands, and it was his business who was in them. The Templar bastard cut him down without a word. A dozen of us against 3 of them, and we never got a strike past their shields. They're stronger than any man I've known. The Templars swung full tower shields of metal like they weighed nothing. We had to run. Tell the band to seal the castle gates against any visiting Templars. Letter from a guardsman employed by Ban Harkwold. Well, this is a big deal. I can upgrade the Healing Mist to the final rank, which will... let's see. Healing Mist can restore unconscious party members as well as healing them. So now I can just make a grenade that revives people. That's a big deal. Can I finish upgrading? Yep, I can finish upgrading and some wasps, to the jar of bees. The swarm of bees splits off to attack the first enemy that comes near the original target, and both targets suffer the full effect of the swarm. Blam. We just have a lot of items we can use here. Shockwave. Oh, gonna need some more Vandal Aria first, but that'll let me stun people with the fire grenade. So this is really handy, because Vasti, the main character, very hard to kill. So now, even if the mages go down, he can revive people, because I always give him the Healing Mist grenades anyway. So he could revive Vivian or Solus or someone, and then they could revive anyone else who's down. And it's getting very hard for this party to wipe. I think we're ready for dragons. Alright, we have our own potentially dragon-related adventures to go on for now. But before I do that, I'm going back into the Sarnia, because we can hand off the ring and tell our friend that we took care of Mshale. Oh! That person was just inside that building, but then they just teleported across the area. This poor game.
No! I dropped it! It's gone! Gone! Mama's ring! You found it! Oh, thank you, thank you! I'll never let it go again!
Alright. Good for you, I guess. Please try not to stand in the fire in the future. It's going to be really bad for your health. And then what's going to happen to Mama's ring? That was the most filler of filler quests of just, hey, you should go over there because that place is important. I know, we'll create a fetch quest to send people there.
No sign of trouble at the moment.
It's done. The demon is dead.
It is finally over. I wish I could have heard him scream, but Sarnia is safe. It is a good day. Now I find myself free to choose a new direction. I would be honored to serve the Inquisition, if it will have me.
The Inquisition welcomes you, Michel de Chavannes.
I shall return to your outpost to await further instruction.
That's it? Just like that? I kind of question the logic a little bit, just because, yeah, like, the demon's gone, but look at that, there's a red lyrium right there. Like, this place doesn't, like, I've done a lot to help out in the area. I don't think I'd count it as being safe, necessarily. Although, are these guys helping here?
Keeping watch.
Assigning Michael whatever. Assigning his name. So I have a, operation to send him somewhere. I'll probably do that next episode because I want to have my my party available again. But yeah, I'm surprised. It's like, oh yeah, that one demon's dead. I guess I'll just give up and leave this place now. It's safe. It'll be fine. This place is safe after all. Literally nowhere. So we're pretty much done with this area immediately. I have other stuff I can do, of course. I'm gonna grab these shards probably off camera. There's treasure and stuff we can go after. There's a quest over here. I'll check out the keep later. I think I want to head across. I kind of want to head across the bridge and see what we find over there. Just have some fun with that. Oh, come on, man. There's a shard up here. I get that they're just collectibles, so kind of whatever, just put them wherever on the map, but these shards are supposed to be part of some sort of crazy temple, right? Like, they're presumably they've been there for some span of time. I just crafted, like, these towers are only exist after I craft them, so like they weren't here until I showed up. All right, so sifting through the rubble. A fisherman was near Judicia's crossing when the Red Templars brought the bridge down. He thought he saw something glimmering in the rubble. He was too scared to investigate, worried the Red Templars might spot him. Find what was glimmering in the rubble. That'll serve as a sufficient excuse to check out what's on the other side of this bridge right off the bat. And my harder to kill party than ever. Do I have healing potions? Yeah, I have my 3 healing grenades. So on top of having 2 characters that can revive people, everyone's covered in barrier and everyone's covered in guard all the time. I also have a grenade that can revive people on top of having 2 characters that can just cast revive. So, yeah. I'm feeling like I've pretty much optimized this party. Are you serious right now? What's going on? Oh, it's alternating. Okay. I was worried, like, why are these circles not... I was like, why are these circles not centered on the bridge? Why would you make the bridge in this manner? But then I noticed they're kind of all over the place. I think I saw 2 back to back. Ooh.
Worth a look around, right?
There's a dragon. I saw a shadow too. Was there another dragon around, or was it just that one? Oh, there's one. Just like that, we have 2 confirmed dragons, and they're flying at like 2 frames per second. Because it's doing that. Yeah, the ones that are far away are lower frame rate. That one was briefly closer, so it was higher frame rate. That's just a common trick in a lot of games. Is far enough stuff is rendered at slower frame rates, with the attempt being to avoid negative impacts on how the game runs. So I'm gonna go under the bridge because I think that's where the shiny thing is I'm looking for. Let's follow the chime and see where it takes me. Oh, right around here. Loot. Superb life orb amulet. That was it. Really, that was it. Does it have any sort of special characteristics? I probably should have looked at it first. 500 life ward heal. When a blow is about to drop a character's health below 0, the amulet shatters and heals the character. That's it. Yeah. It's just another life ward amulet. They're kind of garbage just because they only help you avoid death once, and you'd probably be better off just having a good thing to have in that slot instead. But oh well, things happen. There could be worse things. That's another good example of Mama's Ring, of just quests where it's like, this doesn't really have a purpose, but it's just a tiny... They just want to guide you to know that, hey, you can go over there, there's more stuff over there. And if they just send you on a little fetch quest to get over there, then you're already over there. And then from there you can find the more interesting stuff that they were hopefully prodding for you to get to. So what do we have here? Hector in his time of dying. Hector is one of the Chantry's anointed. In Andraste's time, he was Lord of Navarra and one of the Prophet's most loyal followers. According to some Orlesian legends, when Mafarath betrayed Andraste and Tevinter captured her at Hector's stronghold in Navarra, Hector leapt to her defense and was shot full of arrows. He survived long enough to see Tevinter soldiers drag Andraste away. In this particular depiction, Hector appears as a young and handsome man, lounging in a position many consider inappropriate to the depicted subject. Some have described the statue, arguing that Hector seemed to be greeting a lover rather than grieving the betrayal of his prophet. From the Highlands of Orlais by Lord Adhemar Gardhout by the royal historian. It'd be a little questionable if someone's supposed to be mourning the loss of the person that they worship the most, and it's just a vaguely sexual image. Rifts of the Springs. Active faders have been spotted in the Pool of the Sun. Well, that's something to start with. Hopefully we'll find something more substantial, though. Oh, right off the bat, there's another landmark off to my right. But I'm also looking. I'm going to be out. I'm on the prowl for dragons, because this seems to be where they're all going to be. There's 3 of them in this zone, if I'm correct. And they're probably all going to be in here. I need to look up a checklist and compare it to the names of my videos just to see if I've done all the other dragons yet, because I'd like to finish any stragglers off first before I complete this zone, just because I would like to, if I can plan it properly, I'd like the last dragon fight to be the hardest dragon fight. Oh, looks like we're wandering straight into one right now. I guess we'll just go ahead and go for it. Hivernal. There he is. Alright, so what do we need to know about Mr. Hivernal? We got to him fast, didn't we? Level 19, so he's 3 levels below Vasti, 2 levels below everyone else, I believe. Vulnerable to fire, resistant to cold. Not a big deal. I'm not a very elemental focused group of party members anyway. So let's just go ahead and make a mess. Hey, buddy, look at me. Turned down my volume a little bit. I had a TV a little too loud. There we go. So this could have been a bad idea, because I did just do the thing that makes him do more damage per second, but also makes him take more damage per second. So we'll see how that works out for this party. Let's do a quick glance at the party's focus levels. Oh, cool. No one has focus except Vasti. He's about to hit the first rank. Aside from that, everyone's pretty much screwed. I'm gonna go ahead and have. Let's cast fire. Can anyone else cast fire? Not really. Flask is fire, but that's not really the same thing. I'll switch to Vivian. Let's cast that fire spell, because he's vulnerable. And then just start wailing on this dude. We'll be fine for now. Everyone's getting pulled in to the group right now, so I went ahead and did a barrier to stack up. Everyone except Solus was affected. I cast that fire spell again, because he's vulnerable to it. Makes sense to keep stacking that up as much as I can. Oh, I must have done that thing where it did. I think I keep getting that effect where it doesn't cost me anything to cast, because it's not a. I'm not getting a cooldown on this fire spell. Either that or I'm failing to cast it somehow, but I'm not sure how I would do that. So damage is certainly happening. He hasn't really gotten much guard yet. Oh, there's Vasti's weird barrier. It doesn't seem very effective during a fight with a dragon. Oh, there's another dragon out there, just wandering around. Alright, so we're in water. Does he have special... Can he do special damage to us from here? He's gonna launch ice at us, obviously, but I don't know if that's gonna matter as much. Freeze! Oh, well, I tried. I figured if I throw a barrier on everybody real quick, then maybe we'll be... Let's do it again. Barrier! There we go. That's an effective strategy. Cast barrier on everyone while the ice attack comes in. It doesn't really replenish fast enough to keep that up, though, but it'll reduce some of the damage coming in. Huh. It's unfortunate, but that kind of highlights what I've said it before, but it kind of highlights one of the weaknesses. Oh, wait, you want to do fire vulnerability? How about Antivan fire? Let's have some fun. Let's just go ahead and spam some of my. Is that it? That's all I have, huh? Yeah, it's just those 2 characters. All right, let's make a big ol' mess right in the middle of where he's standing, and I'll cast my fire spell just to stack up. There we go. Try to barrier myself and Solus because we're vulnerable to damage. Leave Vasti to his own devices because he's the least likely to actually get taken down in this situation. Man, when you're casting that melee attack and it's reducing your cooldowns. It makes it really easy to cast that fire spell over and over again, which makes it easier for me to keep stacking on the fire AoE and keep wearing this guy down. Where's Solus? Solus needs barrier. Did I get him? I just missed. I just cast a barrier on nobody because I'm that good. I should have entered top-down mode because then I'd have a camera angle that isn't screwing me. Oh well. Looks like Solus managed to barrier himself. Are we doing on potions? 9 out of 12. We've used a quarter of them. Not bad, because we're fighting. He's not that low level of a dragon. He's only a couple levels lower than us, so he's relatively dangerous. Oh, this part again. My favorite part, when we fly. Activating heal over time, and it's also an AoE now, so that's handy for keeping anyone topped off. He'll probably accidentally top off Vasti's leftover hit points midway through. Is this a landmark? Oh, here it is. Can I claim it during the fight? That'd be kind of amusing to just start reading something in the middle of the fight, because Lord knows the part where we wait for ice balls to fly at us isn't very exciting. Is he shooting at us right now? Where is he? Is he going to attack us anymore? Oh, weird. He didn't even really attack us that time. Alright, well, Vasti can probably... Yeah, Vasti can make a big ol' mess out of this. Hey, buddy. Come look at me. We're going to have a fun time. Look at me being invincible. Pay lots of attention to me, the tank. Where you going? Don't go wandering off. I'm trying to fight you. He's really not paying attention to me, no matter what I try to do to send at him. Oh, is he going to fly away? Don't do that. I just tried to do a thing to you. Oh, ice ball. I'll be fine. I'm hardy as fuck on this character. Just generating more guard at every waking second. I just did the weird hallway blocking move. I don't know why I bothered with that. Just keep wailing on him. I gotta remember that there's a trick where if you hold down forward, you pretty much lock onto your opponent and keep following them. And if you don't, your character awkwardly wanders around and doesn't track them properly. Alright, we're taking them out, and looks like Vivian's keeping her own barrier up, and Solus seems to be barriering Sarah. Ah, he's up in the air again. But it's so exciting. Alright, so Vivian's barrier's down, Solus's barrier is up. Okay, oh, here comes the attack. Oh, I got everyone except for Vivian. Oh, Vivian got missed though, so it's fine. Is he coming back down now? Nope. Switch to Vivian, who probably... Yep, she has barrier up. Come on. Come on. You gonna shoot something at us? Nope, he's done. Alright, why not? I'm totally okay with it. I have the barrier all set up so I can try to help, but if he's not gonna do it, I'm fine with that too, because it's kind of annoying to sit there and wait for him to fly around in circles. I went ahead and barriered Solus and Sarah, because if he starts doing the wing attack, they're the ones that are vulnerable, being the ranged characters. I don't generally... Like, the AI does it a lot, and I'm fine with that, but I don't really generally bother barriering Vasti nowadays, just because he can keep himself up way more easily than the other party members can, as shown by the fact that Solus just took all that damage. Not even sure where he's standing right now, but he managed to go ahead and be half dead in the middle of this fight. Vivian and Vasti, on the other hand, are like unkillable. Not necessarily big damage dealers, although I think Vasti might also be a big damage dealer, but they're just really good at keeping themselves alive and helping the party's survivability as a whole too. And this guy's down. 3,000 experience. It's a nice reward. Oh, and 1,300 experience. Oh, 7 out of 10 dragons slain. That specifies. Okay. Wow, we're making good...
I do not understand you, Sarah. You have no end goal for your organization.
Nobles get rattled and people get payback. I play in the middle.
Why not go all the way? You see injustice, and you have organized a group to fight it. Don't you want to replace it with something better?
What, just lop off the top? What's that do except make a new top to frig it all up?
Forgive me. You are right. You are fine as you are.
You hurt my head sometimes, Solus.
Yes. I have been known to do that.
Oh, I was sitting here wondering why we're getting so much dialogue from Sarah and Solus all of a sudden. Then I had the realization, oh, up to this point, I've pretty much had Solus and Cole together, and I've probably had Vivian and Sarah together more often. So there's not that much elf conversation up until recently. That or the game notices I'm near the end of the game and it's just like panicking and sending it all after me. Either way, I appreciate it. I like having... I think I appreciate Solus's interactions with most of the party more than anyone else in particular, although Sarah's also really funny. So looking at the loot here, I noticed we had a pop-up for Dragon Slayer making a... I'm going to grab that stuff that's just upgrades first. It made a point to say that I have killed 7 out of 10, so I need to go check a spreadsheet somewhere and find what dragon I'm missing, because there's 3 in this zone, and this is one of them, so there's 3 left, and only 2 of them are here, so I need to figure out where the last one is. I'll find it, don't worry about it. Superior Grenade Belt, 3 extra grenades, that could be handy. Imagine giving that to Vasti, who has the healing grenades. Like, he could just keep reviving people over and over again, potentially, depending on if there's a cooldown or not. Staff of the Void, 107 DPS, bonus attack crit, bonus magic, that's good. And, ooh, holy shit, chance of Walking Fortress. I'll have to compare that to Vivian, because if Vivian can get a chance of Walking Fortress added to her, then she'd be a pretty badass melee mage. Armor rating, it's just a chess piece for warriors. High level chess piece for warriors, so it could actually be good, but probably won't be an upgrade for me because I just made something for myself. But it'd probably be good for Cassandra or someone. Heal bonus, melee defense, range defense, max stamina. Versus my current one has 22 more armor. Magic defense instead of melee defense, max health instead of max stamina. Guard. I like the guard on hit. That's a big deal for me. So I think I like Vasti's ultimatum, also because it's named after him. That's handy. I'm probably gonna give this to Cassandra or Blackwall, though. It's probably a good chess piece to keep around. So a genuine upgrade has been found. Doesn't happen that often. Let's switch to Vivian and check out that. I have to go to my weapons first. Check out that staff to see if it's an upgrade. It does do way less damage, which is concerning. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I think doesn't Vivian's damage? I think her damage is what gives her more barrier. So the damage is also an important defensive stat. So this isn't good for her, but maybe for maybe for Solus. And he's taking damage a lot, so having Walking Fortress active would be good, especially since getting hit while you have I think if I remember correctly, being hit when you have Walking Fortress on makes you generate guard, so that'd be one way of him generating guard, since he doesn't have a guard on hit yet until I get a recipe for it. So more attack, crit chance, magic. I lose. What do I lose? I lose Constitution and some willpower. I'm gonna go for it, especially since we can still put a rune in it to make it more powerful. This Tempest thing, like, this thing, like, it says 107 DPS because it only has 6 more right now, but I could still put a rune in it to make it more powerful. This thing this thing only has 97 DPS after a 10 damage Spirit Rune was put into it, and it's kind of a given. It's level 17 versus level 12 as far as quality goes. That one would be better than the other one. So alright, we found actual upgrades. Things are looking up in this area. Was not quite expecting to just walk around a corner and oh, there we go. That's the first dragon, just like that. This whole area might not even be very big. It might just be a spot where they just put 3 dragons. Pools of the Sun. According to our legends, what remains of the sun's heat left in the earth when Elgranon threw the sun from the sky and buried it in the abyss heats the hot springs in the dales. The waters of the spring have healing qualities. We have always treated them as sacred. Then, of course, our legions moved in, scarring them with their garish statuary. But fate is just. Last I heard, dragons had claimed the territory. Let's hope that the beasts made a meal of the fat nobles who couldn't escape in time. Penned by an unknown Dalish elf. I'm getting the vaguest hint of spite, almost like they don't like having other land stolen from them. By the the Orlesians. So if we continue north, we'll find rifts and we'll find 2 more dragon dens. Probably, oh yeah, this is the top of a building. So those 2 circular buildings probably have the other dragons in them all the way out there. Or they probably land in those. Oh, and past the building on my right, I can see the glow of another one of those skulls that tells you where the shards are. So once I kill the dragons and I get to that skull, I can find the final shards. Then we can open up that temple that we've been slowly working our way through the entire game. That'll be a good little sense of progress. What do I want to do for now? Let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to call it. We're a fair bit into time, so I'll see you guys back in Skyhold in the next episode, where we'll progress more War Table missions once Josephine gets back from her current mission, and then we'll figure out where we want to go next in this area, and we might make a quick detour to kill whatever dragon I've apparently missed and forgotten up till now, at which there's only 3 left. That's crazy. I'll try to space them out to be 1 per episode, just because it'd be a little monotonous if I marathon fight dragons for like half an hour straight. Thanks for watching, guys, like always, and I'll see you next time. Not of heroes, united in hatred. If we are re-examining the motive, let us not stop at the sons of the betrayer, for the first leader of young Orlais after the sons was Jezavès, shadow wife of 2 of them. But examine the facts. A proud daughter of Syrian, chosen not unkindly by Esarath to be his bride. It was her reach that granted him power to unify. Consider what she witnessed in the consolidation of her people. She has always been portrayed with sadness, but what if, when our nation was born, the game was born with it? Judge her actions not as property, judge her actions not as property, but as a master. And what changes? As victim, Isarath, rumored cruel, breaks the clans in a lust for power. His brother Verald, exiled from his own machinations in young Navarra, appeals to the saddened wife and promises a new path. Their brothers vie, and the Verald wins and then demands the hand of Jesva, another Ferelden greedy for power. In a decade, the shy victims Jeshavi, these names, I just don't even, I don't think I pronounced it the same way twice. The shy victim Jeshavi is the figurehead of the people's rebellion against the last son of the betrayer. As master, bound to rivalries far older, she harbors a hatred beyond Tevinter, and while Isarath was distracted with personal concern or with building a nation to withstand his own people's enemy, she invites the broken brother and sets him against the driven. While accepting marriage to the victor, Jeshavi seeds rebellion among those who remember how their lands were taken not a generation before. Both leave her as a ruler, as Gyoja. But should not the rule of a victim been uncertain? Jeshavi rules for 42 years. There were no great swings backwards, no people's retribution, for she had become accustomed. If the goals of Isarath were selfish and the goals of Jeshavi was to reverse them, then Orlais is born of the failure of both. But if Isarath built his father's wall and Jeshavi wanted revenge, then we are a nation of 2 successes. 2 parents in opposition but in partnership. Excerpt from A History Not of Heroes, Readings in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium, a bard.